Hey guys, it's me! I know I haven't been on YouTube for like a month and a half, I think. But I just haven't felt that I had anything to say, and I do all these videos. I wait on the Spirit, and when the Spirit prompts me, I will do a video. Have been asking me so many questions and sending me amazing messages, and I feel so lucky to be able to connect with all of you and help you and do the Lord's work, and that's what I'm here for. So the questions you guys are sending me were mainly about the new curriculum that we have switched over to, which is the Good and the Beautiful. I don't get paid for any of this. If I did, I would seriously be making videos several times a week. Let me just quickly say, if you guys don't know who I am, I homeschool my kids. I pulled them out of public school and brought them home, and I have an 11-year-old daughter, I have twin boys that are 9, and I have a 5-year-old kindergartner, and I homeschool all of them. So we did spend the majority of the older ones' education in the public school system, and now we are educating at home. And it is worth it, and it is awesome. Let me tell you that. I would never go back to public school. Never. After this, I will never go back to public school. What I'm going to be doing is answering your questions here at the desk really quick, and then over there, I'm going to lay out all the curriculum so that you guys can kind of see, and it's good to see, get the books open, and then kind of give you an example of like daily lessons and all that stuff. Okay, I want to get started. Let's just dive in. Okay, so first, what is the Good and the Beautiful curriculum? The Good and the Beautiful curriculum is a homeschool curriculum that is Christian based. It covers all subjects. It covers language art, history, science, and within the language arts, you're going to have geography, art, writing, spelling, vocabulary. The list goes on. Other people have asked me, like, is the Good and the Beautiful part of Beautiful Feet books? No, those are separate curriculums. So it is not associated with that curriculum. It's its own separate curriculum. This is the best way to describe the Good and the Beautiful curriculum. So you know how you have all these subjects and you just don't know how to fit them in? How much? Should I do them every day? Should I not do them every day? Should I do them on blocks? Should I do them every once in a while? And that whole fight, oh, I don't think we're doing writing enough, or we're doing writing too much, or this or that, blah, and it's all like a big old mess, okay? This curriculum is kind of laid out for you perfectly on a silver platter, and it's all just there, and you just follow it. So for instance, they'll be reading a story about a girl in Italy, and that's what they're reading every day. And then they'll make a recipe about Italy, and then they'll do geography in Italy, and then they'll paint stuff or do the pastels, an Italian scene, and the art is with Italy. So everything, it's like a big unit study of this amazing, it's all connected, all the subjects are connected, and then at the end of that, they wrap it up and they'll start anew. It's all set up for you, it's all laid out. It interweaves the writing with art projects and poetry you read every day, and vocabulary words, and all of those things are weaved through, and they're created in this pattern that I was trying to do myself, and I never could actually perfectly do it. So you don't have to make the schedule. You just open your book. It's all set up for you. Everything. You just trust. So that's kind of how I can best describe the Good and the Beautiful. If you're in that window of time where you are like, okay, I have to pull my kids out of school. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a master's degree. I have no idea what I'm doing. How do people do this? How do they homeschool? Just start with the Good and the Beautiful, because it literally is open and go. They're holding your hand. Just trust it. All right, I would suggest, personally me, I like to have the products shipped to me. I'm not much of a printer assembly type person. I'm really bad at that, you guys. I order them, they get shipped, they're all ready to go. I love this question. Is it quality? All right, you guys. I'm just going to be super blunt with my perspective. Is it quality? Yes. I feel like this question is coming from a place that I was in also. When you go to the website, the marketing, the way it's set up, the way it looks, could be either awesome for some people, or it could kind of be misleading for others that are looking for a specific type of curriculum. Okay, so let me explain these two. If you have a preschooler, a kindergartner, a younger child, you go to the website and it's just cute and fresh looking, and it just, it's kind of fun, and you think, this is fun. This will be fun for my, kindergartner, preschooler. It's cute. So you're completely sold. Okay, on the other end, this is my experience. When I went there to look for my middle schooler and my upper grade twin boys, I went to the website, and the cutesy, fresh kind of look kind of actually worked against it, because I was thinking, is this for real? Like, are they gonna get a real education when they're using this? And that just kind of, for some reason, and then also it said free curriculums. So what I've heard from a lot of moms is, if it's free, it's probably not very good. That's what I've heard from a lot of moms. All right, so let me correct all of these things, because I was there with you. The marketing on the website for the upper grades does not, from my perspective, does not necessarily match how amazing it is, the depth that it is. When you ask, is it quality, you're probably thinking it needs to be rigorous, it needs to be a high level education, it needs to challenge them, it needs to get all of everything they're supposed to learn, it needs to be in depth, all those things. It is all of those things and more. Jenny, if you're listening, I love your website, I do. But for the upper grades, I feel like it doesn't speak what the curriculum is. So is it quality? It's beyond quality. It's revolutionary. It's revolutionary. It is God-inspired. I'm sorry, I just have nothing bad to say about it, really. All right, placement tests. There are placement tests. On the website, you can take the placement test, and honestly, if any of you are kind of on the fence about the curriculum, take the placement test. That's what sold me. I realized my kids didn't know as much as I thought they did, and it made me see what the curriculum was about. And the words that they should be reading, the vocabulary they should have. It really kind of woke me up to what the curriculum was about, and how quality it is, and how challenging it is, and how high level it is. Another thing about placement, originally, we had my daughter do the level 7. She's in 6th grade. She did pass onto the level 7 with the placement test. So she was placed in level 7. We got level 7, and it was great. She was doing awesome, but I realized that's where the curriculum ends before high school. And I'm like, she's in 6th grade. She's going to finish level 7. What are we going to do? I'm not homeschooling I'm not going for early graduation. So immediately I was like, let's just put her in level 6. So we actually moved her to level 6, and it's super challenging still, and she loves it. And it still works. So do the placement test. Don't get down on yourself if your child is in 4th grade, but they place in level 2 or place in level 3. It doesn't matter. Place them where they need to be. I would actually rather start with a lower level. If I were to do it again, I would probably have my 4th grader twin boys. They're in the level 4, but I would actually maybe have them start in level 3, honestly, because there's so much that they missed in public school. When we switched my kindergarten over from All About Reading, we switched him over into level K. I was actually, as a mom, you're like, he should be in level 1. But it was just perfect. It's better to review and get that good foundation than just to kind of pick a level because you want them to be advanced or think they're advanced or whatever. I love this question. Is the curriculum boring? Oh, you know why I laughed? Because, you guys, I am a classical ballerina, okay? And I always got people going, isn't it boring? Like, isn't ballet boring? Or I think ballet's boring. Or classical music is so boring. So this just kind of put me back there, like, is it boring? Let me kind of create a picture for you. Classical ballet requires a lot of work, a lot of diligence, a lot of commitment, perseverance, determination, and focus, a lot of time commitment, repetition, a ton of repetition, patience. Those are all the skills that I needed for classical ballet. Created depth. It created a discipline. The Good and the Beautiful is so much like classical ballet, I think. It is filled with light, with beauty, but it does require a discipline, a patience. It's not the junk food curriculum. It's not. The Good and the Beautiful is so much the same as ballet. And I don't want to speak for them, but from what I've gotten, their philosophy is a lot of the same. It's not instant gratification. It's not just fun. Although it is. One of my twin boys the other day, just like a couple of days ago, he's like, he said this on his own. He was doing his work and he's like, I just love this. He's like, I love this. This is so cool. See, he's not saying he loves it because there's colorful pictures everywhere. That's not why he's saying he loves it. He's saying he loves it because there's such a depth and he feels the quality as he's doing the schooling. He feels that he's getting better. He feels that he's learning substantial things and good truths and foundational things that are helping him. It's not because it's bubblegum and popcorn and fun pictures and crafties. That's not why he said he loves it. He loves it the same way I love ballet. Because through the discipline, through the determination, through all of those things that the world does not offer right now, that it is not boring. It is beautiful. It is so deep. And my twin boys, who are 9, and they are boys, they love it. They love to sit down and open it up and do their work. They love it. My philosophy in my home is we did not come to Earth to be entertained. And we are not at school to, it's not Disneyland. This is not Disneyland. We are not bored. We absolutely love it. So, is it boring? No, it is not boring. How do you balance working with the curriculum and having fun? All right, like I said, the curriculum is fun because we like working. So I didn't go to ballet class for 3 or 4 hours sitting at a bar to necessarily have fun. I found joy through the work. I found joy in the learning. I found joy in the discipline. And that is what I'm trying to teach my kids. Find joy in the discipline, joy in the learning. That's why it's fun. So, but let me tell you, there are fun things. So, it never gets dull. Like, it never gets the same. There's recipes you can cook. There's continual art and geography, and it kind of changes every day, and it's kind of mixed up. So I'll kind of show you a little bit about that when I open up the books and show you. What is your favorite part of the curriculum, and what is your least favorite part? My favorite part, you guys, I just like it all. Okay, so do you use all of the subjects? Okay, I use all of them. I think I use all of them. Yes, I use language arts, science. The science is fabulous. The history, I can't say good enough amazing things about. that's a whole nother video. How awesome. The handwriting for my kindergartner, I haven't used the nature book, but I kind of want to for the spring. And I'm waiting for that craft book to come out. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at crafts. Like, I need help here. So I'm waiting for that craft book. But yes, right now I'm using all of them because I'm so happy with it, and it's working so well. How long does it take to do a day with all the subjects at 3 different levels? I have a daughter in level 6, my twin boys in level 4, and my kindergartner in level K. I have 4 kids in 3 levels. We start our Good and the Beautiful about 9:30 in the morning. About an hour and a half, I think. It takes about an hour and a half for the older ones to do it. My kindergartner, I do like a 30-minute lesson with him. So a couple hours. You guys. A couple hours to do everything. All right, I got a question. Can like secular homeschool use it? All right. I am never going to say, no, you can't use it. Of course you can use it, and I hope you do. It is God-based. It is Christ-based. I'm going to say that. If you open it up and use it, it's only going to bring light into your home. If you don't want to use it because there is God in there and there is Christ, I understand that, and we all have freedom of religion, and that's what's amazing about homeschooling. Pick the curriculum that works for you. But I really think you're going to miss out. Like, just educationally, I feel like as homeschool moms, whether you are homeschooling because you want your child to be closer to Christ, or whether you're homeschooling for other reasons that aren't God-based, we all are homeschooling because we love our kids and we want them to turn into the greatest human beings that will contribute to the world, that will have high self-esteem, that will be healthy mentally and physically, that will be bright and smart and have a depth and have an understanding of the world. I feel like we all resonate with that and we all connect with that, no matter what religion we are or if we have no religion. And I feel like this curriculum is so good and it has all of those high moral values that I think could benefit anyone. All right, so how many times a week do you teach each subject? And for how long each day? All right, we do the Good and the Beautiful Monday through Thursday. We do it 4 days a week with all of my kids. I will go around to each child and do the things that they need me to do one-on-one with them, face-to-face. And that is what I love about this, is it's not just, here kids, here's your schoolwork, get it done, and then I go, I don't know. I don't do that. I like to be engaged with my kids. So the one-on-one time, I love that. So how long? Like I said, it takes about a couple hours to do the Good and the Beautiful. And then we'll move on to math. And then we'll do like history or science. So a couple hours for awesomeness. You guys, I think that's pretty good. Do you plan to finish the course by the end of the school year? All right, this kind of goes into the levels. We started in the middle of the year, so we're not going to finish probably by the end of the year because we started this curriculum in November or something. So by June, I highly doubt we'll be finished with their level. The more I homeschool, the less it matters to me. Like, as long as we're progressing and getting those levels, those different lessons done every day, and I'm seeing a real progression for my kids, and we're honestly giving it our full effort and we're diving into the curriculum every day, it doesn't really matter to me if we finish that by the end of the year. It is set up to finish. I think the curriculum is set up to do 4 days a week and even have sick days and vacation days. It is all set up to finish us in a school year. We probably won't finish this school year, but I'm fine with that because like I said, the more I homeschool, the less levels and grade levels and all of that matters to me. It's kind of just washing away, and I don't really care. Like, I don't really place any value on like what grade they're in. Actually, sometimes I forget what grade my kids are in. I really do. Do you guys forget what grade your kids are in? I totally do. I'm like, are you in 4th grade or 5th? I have no idea. History. How long does it take and how do you feel it spans the grade difference? Okay, this is a really good question because before I homeschooled, I was so into that like public school box that like grades have to be separated and there's no way you could learn together. That's dumb and you know, that's hogwash or whatever. But history is all the same no matter what grade you are. I am 37 years old. I am learning with them. So I'm a 37-year-old mother who is educated. When I teach them history, I am learning things I never learned before. So this is how you do it with like a family style. The way that curriculum's set up is you'll read the lesson and it's all set up for you. Again, it's just open and go. My kindergartner, they have printouts for each grade level. So I'll print out maybe a picture of Paul Revere, and my kindergartner will be coloring the picture of Paul Revere. My 4th graders will be doing the worksheet, which maybe is connecting the things that Paul Revere did, or reading through the story with me. My middle schooler, I require to take more detailed notes and maybe create a timeline or jot down what she's learning while I'm talking. So it has worked really fabulous. I'm going to continue to do that style, the family style, until my daughter clicks into high school. And then when she's in high school, I will assign her bigger, harder, more substantial reading books along with our history lessons. So I might keep the family style going till she graduates, but I'm going to be assigning her more books to read after our history lesson. All right, read alouds. How do you choose? Okay, I love read alouds. I do them as part of our history. On the history or the science or even the language arts curriculum, there's a recommendation for books to read aloud, which I've taken those recommendations. I also will do my own research and Google like Christian books, Revolutionary War or whatever, and I'll get those suggestions and do that. Also, my dad is a very well-read man, and he reads all the classics. So he actually emails me and suggests books for me. So for the read alouds, there are suggestions. I don't follow them to a T. Again, with any curriculum, you guys need to use the spirit and do what works best for your family. But all of the recommended books that I have read from this curriculum have been fabulous. So I continue to use that. So that's how I do read alouds. And this goes along with read alouds kind of too. Reading, how do you assign your own and what like books do we assign? Okay, so as I show you the curriculum itself for the upper grades has reading in it, and it actually has readers. So as part of their lessons, they are reading a story or reading poetry. They are reading all the time. That's why I love it. They are reading constantly. And before I got this curriculum, the Spirit actually told me they need to be reading more. Like, we need to focus on reading right now. And so, again, another answer to prayer. Like, that was told to me before I got this curriculum, is that reading good literature was the way that they were going to learn. So that is built into their lessons. However, I always have them reading a book. They are always required by me to read a book. So, for instance, my daughter is reading a story in The Good and the Beautiful. That's part of her lesson, and that's part of her reading that day. But from me, I assign her the Little Women. She's reading the book Little Women. Now, in The Good and the Beautiful, I think for level 6, I think there's like 8 books they read. They are expected to read a year, like 6th grade. I actually told her she needs to read 10 really substantial classics in a year. And again, if you guys have seen Little Women, I don't know if I have it here now. Little Women is a pretty amazing book. So that's going to count as one of them. The other books she's read this year, she's read Johnny Tremaine already. She's read The Witch of Blackbird Pond already. She's read Carry On Mr. Bowditch already. So these are some of the books that she's read already this year, along with the Good and the Beautiful curriculum. Okay, so I do that for all my kids. And they get through these books really fast. I also had something else addressed. So I am Mormon. On my last video, I really felt like I really needed to reach out to other LDS women that were searching. That's what I was prompted to do, so I did it. But this is not a Mormon curriculum, okay? So I don't want to scare anyone away. This is a curriculum made for all Christian denominations. And I'm going to add, I think it could be for anyone. It is not a Mormon curriculum. I don't want you to get scared about that. Like, the scriptures used are specifically from the Bible. And as a Mormon, we believe the Bible to be the Word of God. So I love that the Bible is throughout this curriculum. I love that our Savior is throughout this curriculum, because it is Him and only Him that we worship and praise, and is the foundation of our religion. So as a Mormon, I love this curriculum, but I do not want anyone, maybe you have a little bit of a hesitations, because yes, Mormons are a peculiar people, okay? We are a little, hard to understand at times. So, but don't let that shy you away from it, okay? Because we are all sisters in Christ. I really, really believe that. This curriculum does have such a light, and I have never heard from anyone else, from Catholic families or non-denominational Christians. I've never heard that anything offended them or went against what they believed. And that is, again, another miracle of the curriculum. And so I just want to share my testimony, because I'm feeling the Spirit prompt me to do this, that as Christian women, we are aligned together in this work. And again, crying on YouTube. And we should not let our different sects of religion get in the way from us opening our heart to each other and opening our heart to something that's so wonderful. So yes, I'm a Mormon, but that does not mean that I am not a woman of Christ. And I love all of you, and I feel so connected to everyone. To many of you that are not Mormon, a lot of you are not, and I feel so connected. There's my little one. Are you coming over wondering why Mom's crying on YouTube?
I'm getting a fruit snack.
He's getting a fruit snack. We are all together in this work of raising our children with light and love, and we should not let denominations or specific religions create walls between us. We need to let those walls down and feel unified in this, because in this environment that we are in, the freedom of religion is being attacked a little bit. And I just want all of you to know that I support your religion as much as I support mine. I want you to have the freedom of your religion and worship as you choose, just as much as I want the freedom to worship as I choose. And I have felt so much love and peace coming from Instagram, from all of you, even those of you that are doing, secular homeschooling, that is just fine. And I love you all the same. And I want you to know that. And I want to let you know that I've loved being here, and I will come back and do a video when I feel prompted. But just know that I love you all, and I do feel the Spirit through this little screen. It is so abundant, and I feel that we are all unified in this together. And I've never felt such unity as before coming into this community of beautiful women of all faiths. Anyway, thank you for that. See you later.